Vinny?
Sean, how do you sort of really got from your play?
Well, from a group of players giving maximum to the cause and the situation, given the decisions that were made, then I was very pleased with that side of things. First half, before we got on to the big talking points, the one main one, first half I thought we quelled the game defensively and did a good job with that. We didn't create as much as we have done recently. We definitely weren't as solid with, as clean and fluid with the ball as we have been recently, but they're a good side, we know that. But we defended very well. Sending off happens. I think the first one's touch and go, the first yellow, the second yellow's a yellow, that's the way it goes. And then second half we changed the shape, and I thought that worked well because we wanted to take the sting out of the game, the heat, them kicking into the cop end and all them things, and I thought it worked really well. They were really distant efforts and long distance efforts. And then of course the penalty changes it. And then it's difficult after that to try and then change the format and the mental format to come out and play more aggressively on the attacking side of the game. The penalties, look, I mean, I don't like the modern rule of it, but I'm aware of it. You know, it hits your arm, that's it, it's a penalty. I preferred it when it used to be you had to make a deliberate act. I don't think it's a deliberate act, but I'm not crying it in. They're the rules now. You know, it's going to get given. I must say, and I said, I think in a few interviews, I don't know about you, but I'm getting bored of all this run over to the TV, because we all know what's going to happen, don't we? I don't know what the strike rate is, but it's probably like 99% chance that the referee's going to give whatever he's been told in his ears. So I'm like, I can't really see that. They're talking about speeding the game up. Why not just get on with it? You've got someone in an office with 47 views. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. You know what I mean? I don't really get that bit. But anyway, that's an aside. That's for the greater good, I think, rather than today's game.
At 0-0 though, Konate fouls better, and arguably that's a second yellow card.
I have no clue. I have no clue. I've asked the referee. He said he didn't feel that it was a bookable offence, and he felt that straight away. I don't know what is then, because I'd like to think there's a lot of fair-minded people in football, and I think people who are here today would be stunned. Oh, that's not a second yellow. Oh, their manager. I mean, fair play to him. He took him off as quick as he could. You know, he's realised he sort of got away with one there. I imagine he thought that. I don't know, but he couldn't wait to get him off because he thought, nah, he knows, and we know.
Jurgen's effectively said in post-match interviews as well that he felt that he was fortunate to get away.
No, that's fine. No, fair play. You know, because you know we all. I mean, there's times it's difficult to be honest as a manager, but I think there's an honest view. It's easy to say when you win, of course, but I don't want to bleat too much about the fact that we lost because we did lose. But I don't want to talk about referees, especially in games like this. And it's rare. I can't remember the last time I spoke so openly about referees and decisions, but that one's incredible to me. I mean, I got a yellow card. I don't even know how I got a yellow card. It was like a near impossibility. I don't know what for just literally gesticulating like everyone in the stadium was probably thinking, ooh, well, the Liverpool fans have got away. Well, our fans are going crazy, going, what's going on here? And you get a yellow card for that. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Sorry to push you on this, but does it concern you when a referee turns to you and says he didn't feel it was a second yellow card in that moment?
Well, I've seen the footage actually back, and it literally within a second is going, no chance, no chance. And I'm thinking, you haven't even given yourself thinking time, whereas Ashley Young, he's stepped away, given himself thinking time, decides it's a yellow. So why didn't he do that with that? Because if he gives himself 10 seconds, I bet you any minute he goes, oh, it's got to be yellow. It's got to go off. I mean, I'll be amazed if there's anyone out there who thinks that wasn't a yellow. Especially in the modern game, let's have it right. You can touch someone on the shoulder and the legs buckle, and you get a penalty or a yellow or whatever the moment is. So that's just it's just bizarre to me that.
You expected an apology from the PGMOL at some point?
I'm not really bothered about it. It doesn't change the outcome, does it? The outcome needs changing at the second it happens. This is why I must say I don't agree with the VR rules on these things like this. I didn't agree with it early season, so I think I'm being consistent. When Michael Keane scored a goal and the keeper drops the ball, I didn't agree with it then because the rule was because it hasn't put it in the net or whatever the rule is. You know, he blows and he can't give it. I don't agree with it. You know, I think that today is where VR should step in. Right or wrong, and just go, right, no, yellow. Just go yellow, yellow, yellow. Even if he's not give it, because that's really what VR, in a game like this of this magnitude, I believe VR should be there to correct things like that today.
And just in terms of the performance again, I take it you don't feel it halts any kind of momentum because of the shift you've got out of the place?
Yeah, I mean, they've worked ever so hard. There's some details, of course, there always is, things we could do better. But you know, you want maximum output from your players and you want them to give everything to whatever cause it is. Today it's a derby, you know, it's 3 points, but it's a derby. And there was no lack of that. You know, I mean, there's a commitment to what that was, a different kind today, more of a defensive commitment. It's still important. You know, you go around the Premier League, you need different ways of operating. Lately, I think we've been really good with the ball, creating chances. Today, not so good, but therefore, what gives you the base to build from? Well, your defensive side, your defensive responsibility. And I think we did that side of it well. I said to Woney actually just before the set, I said we get to half time, we can give them a bit of a jolt, bit of a rally, because we were close but not quite dealing with the ball as well as I'd like. And then it changes, you know, sending off, and then it changes.
And Dominic coming off, was that just managing?
And physicality. The two wide men was more of a tactical thing as well. And just trying to bring a freshness to it. You know, because you're working hard up there on your own.
Andy?
Does it make the decision not to book Konate second time more baffling when Tarkowski was booked for kind of similar challenge?
Yeah, the one in the first half, which was I was right. Yep, all of that. I think Timikasit wasn't his first either. But look, I mean, you know, it's like I end up getting in trouble. I shouldn't get in trouble because I think we should be allowed to speak freely if they have an off day. The officials, I think we should be able to. But anyway, I would get in trouble, so I'm not going to get too involved in it. I think I'm trying to be fair about it and just telling what everyone else probably thinks. Because it's anyway. Look, how that's not a second yellow is nearly impossible, I think, in the modern game.
Liverpool had that error against Spurs from the bar the other week. Do you think that's played a part in his mind?
I doubt it. I think referees just referee whatever's going on in front of them. But I just think it was a bad decision. I think it was a lot today. I think it was a lot of bad decisions today, to be honest. Both ways. But that's a key vital decision in a game like this. In every game, but certainly in a game like this, that's a vital decision that's wrong in my opinion. No, I think, you know, he's a wily old fox, young. I think the first one he feels, because he's actually tried to pull out, the lad throws his leg at him, but that happens. We all know that happens. No one likes it, but it happens. I don't think that's, in a game like this, I think, you know, I know it sounds mad because you should just stick to the consistency, but, you know, it's a derby and all that. I think certain things is a bit more of a leeway. I'm not sure that needed to be a booking, but it was. The second one's a booking. That's it, end of story. And he's certainly wise enough to know that second challenge, he doesn't have to make that challenge. That's the way it goes. But there's no real blame on it. That's, you know, he's a defender. You've got to make challenges as you see fit. And he's certainly a very experienced defender. And he was actually excellent up until that point, I thought. But like I said, I think that's a more pertinent point. Some of the decisions that weren't bookings and then, that were bookings, and then Konate is not, that's baffling.
Sean Garner and Alan both very good in centre midfield. Just wondering, going into the game, how difficult a decision it was to keep Garner in centre midfield, obviously.
No, Garner's, I know deep down, I think he's a central midfield player. I know he can operate wide, I know he can operate at full back. Wing back even he's done for us, but I think deep down I believe he's a central midfield player.
And you must be pleased again with the performance of Jared Brandthwaite against a young player.
I'm pleased with a lot of the performances today, but you know that's the positive side for what comes next, and we keep building. The decision to change the game from referee has affected the group, and I said to him, fantastic effort, lads. You know, it's very difficult when it's that obvious, I think.
Okay, folks.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, Sean.